All right, all you scrappers, welcome back to the lab. And here we're going to be demonstrating how to run a scrapyard server. And why is it called a scrapyard server? Well, I'll tell you. Everything is spread out. So you can see I have the updated lowrider here with Sheriff Monkey having a great time in it. We got some more players all here working on their own little projects. And over there we have another player. Over there. Whoa, he got over there really fast. He must have rocketed. Yeah, he added rockets to it. We got someone here, a lot of people. And this is of a proof of concept video, which means I'm going to be showing you how this is even possible to have this many players and it not be unbearable for everyone who's here. Um, and that takes me back to my original discussion about the scrapyard server. Um, the way scrap mechanic handles objects in the game, um, we have a tendency to not realize it, but we have a tendency to lag the heck out of our own servers by clumping everything together or making really large, massive objects all centralized into one place. This makes it really hard for the game to manage um, resources. But if you spread everything out over a large area, like I'm doing here, you could have a few really complicated objects, like the tracker here can be sort of just swaying, while you can have you know, a Naya cat train over here, share the love, love shack we got going here. Someone's building another shack here, not too big. Uh, it works. Everyone can be here doing their own interesting experiments and not create an unplayable situation for anybody else in the server. Now, as far as managing the server, of course, most of the people who play Scrap Mechanic are totally cool, really cool people, but there still needs to be some sort of administrative tools which you could use. And I'm going to demonstrate some of them to you. Um, yep, you're going to have to build them, which is kind of cool, I guess. But here we have a scout which is part of my recon or reconnaissance platform of vehicles. I'm gonna jump on it and show you how this is used as an administrative tool. So you pretty much fly above and just keep an eye on what's going on below. As far as recon and reconnaissance tools are concerned, like I said, this is just a demonstration. There's an even better tool, which I call the Fat Scout, which I'm going to build for you at the end of the video, which is an even better administrative tool for your server if you have a lot of people on your scrapyard server and you're kind of trying to keep track of them. Um, Over here, I have a modified Scout. This is if someone gets lost in your server, they run away, you can go fish them out of wherever they're at and bring them back with this Scout. As you can see, it's a simple mod of the original Scout. Just put two beams up, make sure they stay balanced, and throw the passenger seat directly on top, and that's how you get a passenger Scout. Um, I'm gonna fly over to another vehicle class which I'm working on, which is... Oh, someone is lagging. Alright, well, there is gonna be lag, as you can see in the in the Steam message. Some people, most likely though, they're gonna be the out-of-country people who are not in the same world. So, I mean, not in the same country as you. So, if you really want to minimize the lag, you're gonna have to cherry pick your friends as far as being um, in the same continent as you. But let me eject here from the Scout, which I wrecked. And I'm going to start showing you a base model of what's called the Fennek class of cars. These are also part of the recon platform, which is a simple, easy to make vehicle, which I just jumped in the passenger seat, which you can drive around and do more of a ground-based reconnaissance thing. You can make all kinds of versions of a Fennec. Lots of fun things to do with a Fennec. And I guess I'll just make this a really long video. So I'll demonstrate how to build a Fennec. And here's a modified Fennec. And here's another modified Fennec. And these things are fun to modify. This one's obviously this is like a mini bus Fennec that you can put walls on it, you can make it as nice as you want. But the basic characteristics of a Fennec, what makes a Fennec is engine in the front, four wheels, a simple glitch, a simple glitch steering mechanism right there, and you're ready to go. Now, another version of the Fennec, which I have a lot of fun with, is the tow truck version of the Fennec, which you can use to recover, uh, excuse me, which you can use to recover lost vehicles or other stuff that gets spread out throughout your scrapyard server. Like for example, someone, and this happens all the time, someone grabs a scout. They're not exactly elite pilot of a scout, and they'll go fly somewhere and leave it in the far off corners of the map. With the tow truck version of a Fennec, you could just go set it up so that you could grab your lost vehicles, back in, press the load up button, and you're pretty much it. You load up your vehicle with whatever stuff and drive it all the way back. So this is the Fennec class, recon style vehicle, help you maintain your server. If you saw a little bit of a slowdown when I got near the Naya cat train, that's an example of how compression affects your gameplay. So yeah, see, Johnny is saying he just suffered a lag spike. That's because I got two complicated objects near each other. And stacking objects like I'm doing here adds to the complexity. That's why it's important to keep your vehicles small and simple, guys. If you're working, especially if you're trying to set up a server environment so that you can play with a lot of your friends. But just to demonstrate that one more time so that you understand, I'm not making this up. Um, you can't have a big server with a bunch of people on it if you clump everything together in one spot. And that includes a base, a giant building, or whatever. It's just not going to work. It's not going to be playable. So I'm going to drive this Fennec that's loaded with a scout into the Naya cat train and watch all heck break loose. 30 frames right now, steady, boom, down to 12 frames. Everything is just collapsed as far as frames are concerned. Time has to slow down in this Einsteinian world that we enjoy playing on. See, Umwell's like, why the lag? If you could read in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that the kids don't like it when I clash stuff together. So, okay, I said at the beginning that I was going to not bake it, but make another administrative style tool for you guys to keep track of your scrapyard servers and make sure that there's nothing weird going on. I'm going to separate these two objects, so that'll help reduce lag. Put that over there, keep them separate, and I'm going to build a fat scout for you. A fat scout, to me, makes for a really cool administrative platform because it just works so well. If you're familiar with a regular scout, a fat scout is kind of similar to a regular scout. The difference is it's just fatter and heavier, and you could actually have some friends sitting up on there with you while you're using it. So let me get some rockets, and I need some of those lightweight wires that are long. Need my buttons. Actually, that's my switches and my buttons. And that's pretty much all you need to make a fat scout. So I am going to add my rocket engines in the back. Boom, boom. Boom. Drop it. Pick it up again. Great thing about a scout, it's a 3-minute build, guys. The Fennec is also a 3-minute build in its base platform. I mean, you could spend as long or as little time as you want on it, but you could have a Fennec up and running in 3 minutes. And that's what's so great about a Fennec. Okay, the difference now, you're going to start seeing the main difference between a regular scout and a fat scout. A fat scout's going to have little blocks here instead of just directly attaching the wings or the balance bars, as they should be called, because that's actually what they are. And then we're going to attach. I'm going to attach the cables like this, and boom, 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 boom. And now we're going to add some little walls here, just like this. Come on, work with me here. Don't fight me. And no. Okay. Yes. This is sticking out on the side. I don't like that. I don't like that. But the weight distribution should still be the same, so it should be fine. I would make it prettier if I needed to, but I don't need to. This is just for demonstration purposes. You guys are the ones that detail your vehicles as much or as little as you want. If you want it to be a just get the job done kind of vehicle, I completely and totally respect that. If you want it to look awesome, then you can do that too. What's most important though is that you understand that this is a platform, a reconnaissance platform vehicle, and I'll show you how well it works in just a second. And actually, while I'm showing you how it works, I'll be able to demonstrate to you how so much activity on the server creates interactive reactions between what you would think would be completely independent vehicles. Seems to have quieted down around here. Okay, there's still someone over there by that motorcycle. I think the people might have taken off, gone in their own separate ways, but I can still build. Still playable here, which is cool. I honestly couldn't tell you how many people are on this server right now. It could be 3 or 4. It could be 10 people on here. But that's saying a lot considering. Okay, this is going to be. Okay, I gotta set this up with my control scheme because if I don't use the same control scheme every time, guys, I'm not gonna know what I'm doing when I'm trying to fly it. All right. This may have taken longer than 3 minutes because I'm talking so much, but okay, engine 1 is connected already. I have 2 things connected to engine 1. Let me disconnect that because that's not right. Now this is 1. Oh, messed that up. This switch needs to be engine 1, left control engine 2, right control engine 3, forward roll control engine 4, and rear stabilization engine 5. Now in order for this thing to work though, I have to get under it. And I have to access the main engine, which is always engine 1 down here. And this needs to be at full power. That's the only change we have to do to the engines. Normally, I like to leave all my engines default. That facilitates faster building. But in this case, just because of the weight of this vehicle, engine 1 needs to be heavy. Now, I flip engine 1 on, and now let me hit number 5. And I'm getting a lot of upward thrust. But we can fix that. Let's turn this off. Let it drop down, because this guy's just supposed to float. And float nicely he should. Okay, I landed a little close to the tracker, so that's why we got that. But okay, let's add little winglets onto the sides here. And that should change my weight profile on this vehicle. Now I hit 1. Okay. There we go. Johnny's calling me over to the warehouse. As far as float weight is concerned, and this being an administrative tool, this is pretty much it. You park yourself above the map, and you just sort of keep an eye on everything. And in this way, as long as too much activity isn't going on below, you don't need to micromanage this vehicle all that much. Uh, it looks like your mileage may vary. On a previous build, this thing was rock solid in the air. It would not move. But it's good that I demonstrate this in front of you guys. This is also a troop transport version of a scout. As you can see, 4 chairs, drive them around, pretty solid. Same control scheme, same flight characteristics as a scout, just a little bit heavier. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I was able to teach you guys a lot about running a scrapyard server and how to keep everybody happy on it. So you guys keep scrapping it up. I'm on Twitter now. If you want to find me, I'm Scrap Mechanical on Twitter. So you guys, I'm loving this game. Have fun and bye-bye.